I'm Ginger Morris, and I'm owner with my husband with Morris Farm Market. Walton, when I met him at 19, he was farming, and we got married in 1980. I helped him farm for a couple of years, and we kind of branched out and started growing sweet corn and selling it in the back of our pickup truck under the pecan trees, and just to see if it would work and if we could really market it. And then we started to grow cantaloupes, tomatoes, and branched out into that avenue, trying to make it a little extra income, because farming, you know, is a little hard life. You either make it great or you kind of have some bad years. So anyway, we're just willing and desiring to, you know, grow a little bit more. I think that people that come back year after year, that it's a tradition. It's not just a place to stop, and people are amazed that have driven by here and haven't ever stopped, are amazed what we have in here. And they love the fact that we are family. They love the fact that we do incorporate the heritage of the area and the family. And I think they understand that that's one of our biggest goals, is customer care and caring about the people. All of our produce, of course, starts in the south, as far as Florida, Homestead. You know, when the tomatoes are starting, it's going to go as south as it can go, and then it comes up. And every 2 weeks, your season changes and it moves up the East Coast. And once it gets to, say, the end of July, the 1st of August, when it's really getting hot, if the sun's baking and we start having drought, it makes it come a little faster, but things start coming out of our mountain areas. Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia mountains, because it's cooler, and they have some fabulous tomato crops, and of course they're apple crops now, but it's just a whole different world, and it's so fun to see things move and change. As far as things like our pumpkins and our cantaloupes and our watermelons, if we can work with Edenton area, we make sure we do, because there's a lot of people. That's one thing that we used to do, is grow everything, and we learned we couldn't do both. We didn't have enough people to put in the field to pick. So we started utilizing the people that are 40 miles west of us that are big time into their small farms, and it blessed them and it helped us to be able to use those crops. Some of the jars that we have, we've had the same people doing our jams and jellies since the day we opened. We make sure that either I have it or the customer likes it, or it's not in here. I don't sell anything that sits on the shelf and it's not a good product unless I know it's good and I really want it to sell. When you start, you know, the fruit, like your blueberries, definitely your peaches, you might be getting them from Florida, South Carolina. Blueberries is one of the first things that North Carolina has to offer, which is kind of amazing. Peaches, it's not long before we're into, but we really deal with South Carolina peaches. We don't have a good growing crop. It's not a big product for North Carolina. So most of our peaches do come from South Carolina, from one grower that we deal with. And we have growers like our blackberry guy. He's in Georgia, and you know when his crops are ready, he's just a phenomenal grower. So having done it over 30 years, you kind of learn the people that you want to work with. And when they're in, it's great. And when their season is gone, it kind of rolls up the coast. I mean, I'm one of these people, when we travel and we see something that looks like it could be an interesting place, whether it be a little antique store or especially a private company, not a chain store that you can get everywhere you go, you just kind of want to say, well, let's just stop and see what they have. Some might take 10 minutes to walk in and walk out, and some of them it's like, wow. So it always amazes me. People are in a hurry and they're just running down the road and going back home. And some people have been down here for 30 years and have never stopped, and then they're just amazed. So I don't have a clue what that is that would take them to stop, but they always seem to tell us when they do that they can't believe they didn't, and they're glad that they did. We love what we do. We have to remember and remind ourselves of that, of course, because it's hard, but we do love what we do.